taking the L is where we need to draw the line. That is where it's a bit too much.
It still has the same effects, like whether they emote or not. It doesn't matter what emote it is.
So maybe there should be an option to just not see emotes that actually does bother you.
One thing I think everybody's been dying to hear us discuss and really get the discourse on was an update, a change that they made in the Tuesday update. I mean, it really, really did come as a surprise to me. And I'll get it up on screen, the tweet now from the Fortnite official account. Let me get it up.
Is there an update?
There was a big update, DJ. You clearly weren't locked in.
That was not.
At Fortnite Game said, we want emotes to be a source of good vibes, but a few cough cough take the L cough can sometimes feel a bit overly confrontational. Tomorrow's update will introduce a new confrontational emote setting to toggle visibility on these emotes.
At least they're targeting toxicity in the right way. You know, ignore all the cheaters, ignore all, you know, the offensive names and everything that goes on social media. Taking the L is where we need to draw the line. You know, that is where it's a bit too much. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Just that taking the L is having to be, well, not removed, but you have to, you know, have a setting so people don't find it too toxic to play pubs. I don't know, I'd find it ridiculous.
I have a hot take, right? It's a very, very, not even, it's probably like lukewarm at best, right? Yeah. I think it's a somewhat good change because it is a little bit annoying. You know, when you hop into a, you know, some 1v1 map and there's some like 13-year-old Serbian kid or something, right? And you kill him and he just does the laugh emote, the donkey one, and he spams it because he's annoyed and he just spams it over and over. It does remove that. It doesn't bother you. That's, I think, the one benefit.
Yeah, I can take that.
I suppose. Like, I think it's more for like when people kill you though, and they're doing the emote, right? And that's like that's their goal. But for me, it doesn't make a difference whether they do like take the L or just like a regular like gritty. Like people gritty on me all the time. Like it doesn't make a difference. I'm not really like, oh, this guy's killed me, but he's doing the floating while sipping a cup of tea emote. I'm fine now. I'm not raging. Like it still has the same effects, like whether they emote or not. It's like it doesn't matter what emote it is. So. It's an interesting one for me that I don't really see the benefit, but and also all of you guys probably already have it on, by the way. It's automatically applied to everyone's account.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone already has it on anyway, so I had to turn it off.
Interesting. I mean, well, Quick makes a good point. Bring back teabagging.
That does solve it. That does solve it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start crouching non-stop. You know, you can't really stop that. I mean, it's a weird one. I guess it does, like, I do get cringed out when, like, the 10-year-old in creative starts spamming, like, gritty on me, you know, because he thinks he's the GOAT. But at the same time, it was just one of those things. I just thought it was pretty funny. It was like, yes, like, this is, you know, everyone's waiting for the update. What's changed? You know, what's new? Are we revolutionizing the game? And they're like, yeah, man, we're getting rid of some emotes. I guess, like, at what point, though, does an emote now count as like a confrontational one? Because obviously there's the ones that are the most obvious, like the take the L and, you know, the laugh, right? But I feel like almost any emote is just toxic when you use it after you've killed someone, you know?
It's the context of using it. I think, like, can I use an example? I remember ages ago, there was one gay player, right? The one openly gay Fortnite player from a couple of years ago. It's a bit out of the blue, this example. And people would always kill them and then just spam horrendous emotes. And that never had anything done with it. Do you know what I mean? And that's probably more impactful than a take the L emote. But obviously that's a very niche example. So maybe there should be an option to just not see emotes, right? If that actually does bother you, rather than just select few. Because now maybe all these take the L people are going to move on to something else.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, it doesn't make sense to just remove 4, as you said, the action of someone emoting when you kill them is still annoying no matter what the emote is, right? Yeah. It can be them, you know, throwing a tomato, it can be them throwing up some form of thing. It's still just going to be as annoying. It doesn't get rid of that. But for your example, DJ, it's the exact same thing. That's correct. It's like, you should just be able to remove emotes. If you don't want someone to be able to take, you know, use emotes on you, you should be able to disable it. Disabling 4 different emotes isn't going to change anything. It doesn't really do anything. The only one that's good is the laughing one. That is the one, actually, yeah. That one is the most annoying emote by far. Yeah. So that one getting removed, I have no problem with. But the rest, you know, it's like, as you said, you should just be able to have an option to remove them all. It solves everything, to be honest.
Like, if a brother kills me and I just start hearing, no, because you're popular, I'm still fuming. Like, it doesn't change that it's not the take. Like, I'm still pissed in it. So Yeah, nah. I think like having the options to just not see emotes, I guess, would make sense. Then you get the people that go, well, what's the point of me having to take that off? I can't spell like this is the purpose of it. Like, do you know what I mean? It took you 4 years to come to, well, it's longer than 4 years. It took you 6 years to come to the conclusion that the take that off was confrontational, mate. Come on, man, do me a favor. It's been that way since day one. But,
do you think it's the effort of Fortnite trying to become more you know how they're now like doing all the Lego stuff and the pop concerts or whatever? They're obviously trying to make it like as open as possible, right? Where you can literally just whack a toddler in front of it or something, right? Do you think it's in that sort of aspect where they're trying to make it way more open and accessible to people?
I guess.
So
I guess, yeah.
I think that's
say
the main reason.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, but yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if you've seen stuff about it, about when Donald Mustard left. They've been talking, like all the leakers have been talking about it now on Twitter. That his last season he actually worked on was like Chapter 3, Season 3, all the way back then. And it feels like every change since then has been Fortnite trying to just generalize the game, make it more generic and not just be Fortnite Battle Royale. It's been, you know, as you said, the Lego, you know, the concert things, you know, rocket racing, just trying to make it more of a platform than just, you know, a Fortnite game. And yeah, so being able to remove, well, some of the emotes, should be all of the emotes, as you said, yeah, probably would allow younger kids to be able to play it if they just want to play Lego, or if they just want to, you know, play the concert mode or something in creative or whatever. It seems like they're going down that path of trying to just make it more of a platform than the game in general.
That's why he left as well. I think I saw someone on Twitter like saying that people think that he just left because he's like retiring. He's just like, you know, he's had enough. But I think he just like didn't like the way the game was going. So yeah, the whole emote thing is funny. Unless they're going to make it so that you can disable all or disable like a certain type of emote, or just like have a list of emotes, right? What do I want to see? What do I not want to see? They can never please everyone. So it's like, I don't really get the change, but you know, it's happened. So it's the way it is.
So when you because I've not actually seen it like it tested. So if somebody does one of these banned emotes or whatever, when you have the setting on, what do you see? Do you see anything at all, or is it just like their character's normal?
The players stood still.
Just as okay, I was gonna say, because I thought it'd be worse. I was scared they were gonna make it so you see like just like another random emote, and I was like, well, now you're just gonna know someone's taking the L on you, even if they're not, because it's like you'll just always just assume, you know. But okay, it's good. At least you don't really see anything.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Overwatch, actually. I was playing Overwatch. We'll speaking about another game, you know, sorry. But I was actually playing Overwatch the other day. And if you put GG easy in the chat, it changes the words to like, oh, great game. I really enjoy that. Like, I can imagine Fortnite doing something like that. Low-key, I think they're going to do that and change it to like a thumbs up emote or something, you know? It's like, I just think it's quite a cool way to sort of combat toxicity in Overwatch's sense, where it's, you know, you're trying to change people's words. But I mean, I don't know.
Like if I see that in the chat now,
you know what I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know somebody was trying to take the piss, you know, and that would actually trigger me way more if you've just been shit on and I say, "Great game, guys, well played." Like, come on, man. Like, I'm like, let's get serious.
I mean, they're adding proximity chat to creative as well, so I don't know how they're going to solve toxicity in that. Like, what are they going? I don't think. I think that's a bigger problem than a couple of emotes, but. I don't know. It's just a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they have like, because I remember they added a while ago the whole like voice reporting system, right? So I guess they're probably gonna have to hire some more temps to siphon through all the nonsense that gets put in there when prox chat is available. And even with that, like, I wonder how that's gonna work, because from what I understand of it, and maybe I'm wrong, one of you maybe knows, is like if you're like swearing or anything, like you can get got basically from that, right? But it's like, I think it's like you're not, if you're obviously attacking someone, then yeah. But do they like listen to it on an individual basis? Because like, what happens if we're playing prox chat and it's like a horror game and I'm like, oh fuck, and then now someone just reports me just to be a prick, and like, am I like done for that? Do you know what I mean? Or like, how does that work? Like, is it?
Well, you can't get banned for swearing, can you?
You know, I don't think you get banned, but I think they just like they disable your voice chat or something. Like, I think you can be banned in voice chat. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
but that's how I thought it worked.
I don't know. There is a setting in game which people have been talking. You know how people have been randomly getting kicked from games and tournaments? There is a setting which is something similar, where if you like someone's swearing or something, it will kick you out the game. And apparently that's been happening to a couple of people in games, in like actual tournaments and stuff like that. So there's something similar. So I assume that'll be something that happens in creative, where, you know, if someone else is swearing or you're swearing, or if you have the setting on, you'll get kicked or the other person will get kicked. So
But again, that just turns into like I had this thing on like when I played FIFA a lot. On Xbox, you can bait people. So on Xbox, if somebody in your messages like swears and you report them, they'll get banned. Or at least they'll get like, you know, some form of timeout or whatever from like Xbox services or whatever. And so like you like message someone after you've beaten them and you like sort of bait them. You don't swear. That's the key. You don't swear, but you just sort of bait them and be like, ah, mate, you are so rubbish. And then like eventually at one point they just be like, you know, fuck you. He's got report him. And it's so funny because an Epic, because Microsoft will then tell you like, oh, the person you reported was banned. And then you're like, yes, I got another one. And I'm sure that will happen in Fortnite. Like people will just bait people into like, you know, doing.
They have to automate it because then there's gonna be too many reports if they don't automate it, and then we're gonna have so many false bans.
It'll be some AI thing doing it or something, probably, right?